And then conditional mathematics. That is sum if, average if, count if, sum ifs, average ifs, max ifs, min ifs, because these are conditional mathematics and they're very helpful in advanced Excel. They can save you a lot of your time, I can assure you. So we begin with referencing. Like I said, you may be aware of referencing, but we don't want to leave doubts. We want to do everything so that you, for avoidance of doubt, do not no assumptions. Okay, so uh, so we're gonna begin with referencing, and I'd say that we're gonna start getting the profits for this business here. Here between copper, M copper, yes, M copper. So you're aware that to get profit is you get the sales you've made minus the cost of production, right? So don't talk about this figure. They're really small figures over than dollars. I don't know, but this for running purposes, eh? So you know that the profits is equal to sales. This is sales, right? Minus the cost. So sales is this one here. You put the cursor here. Excuse me. Then the minus the cost. That is very simple. Okay, there's a minus people making losses. Sorry for them. All right, so now this is where in a referencing, which we've been doing this thing called the cascading. You know it, eh? You cascade, so cascade down completely. Okay, or you could choose to put the cursor here and the double click. So it goes all the way down. Okay, but I don't have negatives, so I'm gonna do some changes here. I don't like negatives. I'll put some numbers here. Let me first get rid of the negatives. I don't like negatives. I have negatives. Anyway, it's okay. People can make losses sometimes. So when you look at this kind of referencing, this is called the referencing, which is absurd. Why? Because when you click here on the cursor here, you see this is F2 minus what? You see that side? F2 minus do what? You see where my cursor is?
F2 minus B2.
So here it is showing F2. F2. Let me just secure this screen.
B2.
It shows F2, which is here, minus D2. When you click down, it now shows you F3.
F2 minus B2.
Yeah, so the next one will be F3 minus D3. You see that? My cursor, I see my cursor here. Let me sort this in that screen. Yes, my cursor is on. Okay, let me just go back there. So do you see my cursor now? Do you see it? You see my cursor, right? It's there. It's here. Am I seeing my cursor there? Okay, it's there, yes. So I see my cursor now?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes. So that number is 40 what? 42, eh? So 42 is F4 minus D4. So you see that as you go down, okay, even the F, they increase, they continue forward there. But now, this is what you call relative referencing, okay? For it, when you cascade like this, it automatically does the calculation for each what? For each row, eh? That's relative referencing. Now, absolute referencing comes in in cases where you don't want these things to change. And a good example is where you're calculating commission. For example, those who have sales agents, their companies, they operate on they pay you. It can be a bonus based on the sales you made, and if it's a commission, based on the commission, they give like a percentage. For example, if it is a broker, most brokers ask for 5% or 10%. Okay, let's say 5% because brokers, most of them. So assuming you're gonna calculate the commission for the broker or for the sales agent, we get this sales the person has made times the what? Times the commission percentage, right? Here we're assuming 5. So we say equals to sales times the commission here, which is 5%. And you press enter. Okay. So now we want to calculate this for every participant. We can cascade downwards, and for me, I usually do double click. So you see that when you go to the first person, they get a commission of 33.3. Have you seen that? But
Yes,
the
I've
rest of
seen.
the person, it is showing 000. Do you know why? It is because when you click here, it is F2 times J2. Okay. The next person, it is F3 times J3. But look here, there's no J3. Okay. So, which
Okay.
means you have to do absolute reference. You have to fix this figure here for all the what? All the rows. You don't have to change. So now that's what we call absolute referencing. So what we do there, what you do to solve that problem, you got the formula, okay? Where you see J3 here, you put the dollar signs. Before J,
Where is
before J, before
before?
J, you put dollar sign, and before 2, you put a dollar sign. This means that it will not move, okay? It is the absolute, and then you press enter, okay? So look at the formula. It is F2 times dollar sign J, okay? J is the colon times dollar sign row, which means that the column is fixed and so is the row. So we're gonna cascade. May I do this? So you see that now the answers have come. So now this is the principle of absolute referencing and the relative. Absolute used when you have a fixed percentage, a fixed number you want to do the mathematics on. Referencing is when it is the normal one where you do it automatic calculates for you everything in that row, all the rows. But for absolute, if you have a fixed value, say a percentage, for example, you want to know the bonus. Some organizations will give bonuses at the end of the year or at the end of the month. Okay, and I want to calculate if you're giving a bonus to this person, what will be the percentage? So this is now where absolute referencing comes in. Is there any question on referencing?
What if I have more than 2 cells that I want to repeat
To reference on?
the formula?
Okay, let's look for that the scenario.
When I want to make up cells.
Yes, it's possible. Okay. Let's say this is the commission. Yes. Let's look for a scenario. Let's say we wanna give a person a commission based on 2 conditions. Excuse me. Yes, it's that here. So assuming that the commission is supposed to be 5%, okay? But also assuming that what in terms of savings, okay? If we want to guide people to save, let's call this provident. Let's say savings. Don't get the scenario. Do you have a scenario you can give me? We can go with
A small what?
a scenario you have. We can go with.
Let me see. A certain worker is being assessed based on the number of hours and his rate.
Is what?
Okay, let me see how to do it.
Number.
Now here we were using 5% on everything.
Every sales,
Now,
yes.
okay, with this person, we're going to, the rates of the workers are changing because they are different, but the number of hours in a day is the same, which is 8. And then the allowance for that day to be added onto it is also constant for all of them. So we have different workers. Let me say semi-skilled, unskilled, and skilled. Those are two different workers.
I'm
Whereas,
losing. I'm losing your voice,
sorry, we have semi-skilled, skilled, and skilled. Let's say semi-skilled is getting 10,000 per hour, and skilled is getting 5,000 per hour. One is 15,000. They are supposed to get at the end of that day. We have 8 hours, and then we have another daily for transport, which is a constant of, let me say, 10,000. So you have a cell that has 10,000, and then you have a cell that has 8 hours. So to get the total that that person is supposed to earn on that day, so you have two constant cells which are supposed to make absolute. So it will be 10 times 8 plus the 10,000 for all of them. How do you do that? Because now the formula is not only multiplication, but addition is already added to it. Hello?
Let's do it here practically.
Hello?
You getting me?
Yes.
Let me do it here practical, okay? Okay. Let me create more columns here. So you said skill, See what you did? Skilled. So you said
Yes.
semi-skilled.
Okay.
Semi-skilled. Excuse me.
Yes.
And then
Unskilled.
unskilled. Is that all? In terms of skilling?
Yes. Alex,
Okay.
let me come.
Yeah.
Let me come.
Okay.
So,
Yes, you're getting me? Hello? Hello, you getting me now? Me, hello, do you hear me now?